This is Jim Wyatt from the Tennessean out here at St. Thomas Sports Park. The Titans practice on Saturday, just a couple of days after their preseason opener against the Washington Redskins. And roughly 10 players missed practice because of nagging injuries or injuries from that ball game soreness. And that group included returner and receiver Mark Mariani, who'd worked so hard to come back from the broken leg he suffered last year in the preseason. Now he's dealing with another setback, just kind of a unlucky freak injury, if you hear Mark Mariani describe it. He had a shoulder injury in the game, just making a block. He said it's a play that happens 100 times in a game. And he left the locker room Thursday night at the stadium, feeling sore. And they looked at it on Friday, and no structural damage, and certainly not a separation or a dislocation or anything like that. But it's sore enough, and a bruise is what Mike Munchak called it. It's going to be enough to keep him out for a couple of weeks. So he's not going to play against the Bengals this coming Saturday. I don't think he plays the following week against that. Maybe he gets back into action for the final week of the preseason. But 2 weeks off the field, and the practice field and the games, you got to make it tough for Mark Mariani to continue to try to make a case for himself to make this 53-man roster. He was going to be close either way, and certainly if you watched him against the Redskins, he was showing some signs of coming back. He seems like was starting to turn that corner even in practices after struggling early in camp. But this is certainly a setback for him. He knows that. He's talked about how disappointed he was about it, and then just certainly how much his patience had been tested trying to come back from the leg injury. Now he's got another one to deal with. So Mark Mariani is going to have to watch from the sideline for a while. Everybody else, including Rob Ronas, should be back in the game on Saturday. Colin McCarthy, of course, is going to be sidelined one more week with a hamstring injury. Most of the guys injured in the game over the weekend just kind of nicked some bruises. Practice, today, there were some highs and lows just like any other practice out here. Nate Washington made a couple of great catches. Justin Hunter, a tremendous catch at the end of practice, but certainly he looked like he either lost sight of the ball or ran a wrong route on a ball where Ryan Fitzpatrick threw an interception with Hunter in the vicinity. Tommy Campbell had an interception at the end of practice that he would have returned for a touchdown. He worked with the starters on Saturday along with Alteron Werner. The team continues to kind of look at different options at all the positions. I mentioned that one at corner. Chris Spencer worked with the starting group at center on Saturday, kind of getting his turn into the action, and Mose Foucault continued to work with the first group of center in McCarthy's absence. So another day of training camp in the book for the Titans, and we'll be back to you on Sunday night when the team has a night practice here at St. Thomas Sports Park.